Why am I here again? Oh yeah, just to suffer. Though apparently even that took a moment to render. Anyway, greetings and felicitations, assorted children of the internet. I am the Logician. Back at it again with the what? I need to stop thinking that's what the kids are saying these days, honestly. But anyway, yes. I am back for the first time in a good long while with a solo stream. It's been a minute, but honestly, it's probably for the best because I would much rather not subject any of my peers to what is to come for tonight. Because tonight, we are going to be delving back into watching more Saban's Masked Rider. If for no other reason than to simply do what my friend Falero could not. For the uninitiated, Saban is a company that took up a habit of gaining the rights to various tokusatsu series from Japan, filming a bunch of new live-action footage with it featuring American actors, and slapping a new label on it and calling it a brand new show. They did this with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers by taking footage from... Oh, well, thank you very much for the subscription there, Violet. I really appreciate it. But, honestly, the Ultraman sound there was very apt, given that we're talking about tokusatsu. But, yes, Power Rangers is one example, with Saban taking footage from, I forget which version it was, but one show from a long-lasting show, still going today, in fact, called Super Sentai. Some of you may remember the distribution company DeK and their contribution to American tokusatsu, quote-unquote, with them taking footage from Hyper Agent Gridman and turning it into, I swear I'm not making this up, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Saban sort of got the ball rolling with that initially, and they acquired the rights to Kamen Rider, and thus proceeded to make their show entitled Masked Rider, which, to their credit, is the literal translation of the original Kamen Rider. But yes, this is what we're doing tonight, much to my chagrin. Those of you who are lucky to check out my first crack at it, reacting to the first couple of episodes, which essentially set up the premise, you know what's to come, and I apologize in advance, but I am not one to give up easily. I am driven by many things, largely spite, and right now I am driven to finish as much of this franchise as I can. All 40 episodes of it. God help me, or anyone else who's willing to listen. Anyway, I think I've done just about enough stalling for this evening, so why don't we get into the nitty-gritty, shall we? Ah, my word, this is going to be a long night. So, I also just wanted to point out, before we go any further, that I've made a slight adjustment to the way my redeems work. Because I was admittedly having a difficult time coming up with unpopular opinions and random questions on the spot. Turns out when you go enough years without being pressured or, I guess, required to come up with those types of things on the spot, you lose your edge a little bit. So for anyone who decides to redeem a random question or unpopular opinion, that is, in fact, where... If I can even find it. Dear God, I put so much effort into this earlier. Ah, my word. Did I not apply this? Professionalism at its peak. There it is. But, yes. In the event that I do get such a redeem, I've opted to let fate decide what I spew out into the interwebs with my mouth hole for all of you to enjoy / berate me for. So, In the event that I get that sort of redeem, we'll be letting fate decide what it is I ask or postulate, or postulating and asking is the same thing. Again, I am delaying the inevitable. We might as well just rip off the proverbial Band-Aid and get things started with tonight's self-inflicted torture. And I believe I have remedied the audio issues we were running into the last time we watched this show, so hopefully that will no longer be an issue, but as always, I do encourage all of you to let me know how the audio levels in general are sounding, because I am obsessed with audio as a freelance audio engineer, so yeah. Anyway, let us commence forth.
Fast Rider. On a distant and embattled planet called Edenoi, a young prince named Dex is given great powers by his grandfather, the king, and is sent to the planet Earth to protect it from the advancing evil of Count Dragon and his vicious insectoids. Once on Earth, he is adopted by a kind family and learns to live as a human. With his companion Ferbus by his side, Dex is ever vigilant, ready at a moment's notice to call on his powers to become Masked Rider.
A touch loud? Alright, let me go ahead and remedy that. Yeah, they broke out all the stops here. Almost as big a brass section as Gen 3 of Pokemon. You have to love the notable lack of enthusiasm from the chorus there. But I even just want to point out before we get started properly that that whole opening monologue there, is that supposed to be a Kappa? No. This is far less creative. No, Violet, this is, I believe, just their attempt to make some sort of marketable plushie. What they got was what appeared to be the illegitimate love child of an Ewok and Howard the Duck. I believe I made that joke last time, but then again, it's been so long that I doubt anyone even remembered I watched the first couple episodes of this to begin with. But yes, that opening narration there, that was sort of the tone for a good number of shows in the 80s and 90s, especially these Americanized tokusatsu series. It was really fairly recurrent. Even just to pull up an example, again, I know I am already delaying the inevitable here. Oh, lovely technical. There we go. That's what I intended to do. But just to bring up a solid example. All right.
Kilo Khan lives inside computer circuits. With the help of Malcolm Brink, he creates megavirus monsters to attack electronic systems. Meanwhile, a freak accident turns Sam Collins into Servo. His friends join forces in their Samurai's attack vehicles. Together, they transform into the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Again, very toy commercial. Like, setting up the basic premise. Like, the only thing missing from that was batteries not included. And once again, this was not uncommon. To even just bring up another example here. From the OG.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth!
Alpha, Reader's Escape. Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Oh, my word. Oh, seizure warning, by the way. Reminds you of G.I. Joe. You're not wrong. But what I love about that one in particular, it's not even like, find me Earth's most like skilled or valiant warriors, or find me like 5 pure souls. It's just, recruit me a team of teenagers with attitude. They are very much pushing the Shinji getting the robot angle of we need to be hip with the kids and thus need to stress the need for spunky, anti-establishmentarianism-driven teenagers. And to their credit, it worked. It absolutely fucking worked. And thus, thus an entire generation was introduced to the concept of, well, I guess tokusatsu wouldn't even be a word in our vocabulary until decades later, once we started getting flooded with actual Japanese media proper, the various anime streaming sites and the like. And even once we started getting, like, actual dubbed versions of Japanese shows, this tradition stuck. Like, even just to show you one more time before we continue on, is clearly I'm not huffing as much copium as I can before we get started with the actual subject of tonight's stream. One of my personal favorite long-standing series, among the various tokusatsu shows out there, is Ultraman. And the very first iteration of Ultraman I ever saw was the English dub of Ultraman Tiga, which was the start of the Heisei era for the franchise, basically in the 80s/90s. To their credit, they did keep all the Japanese footage of the Japanese actors. They didn't recast anyone or shoot new American footage. But they certainly gave it that toy commercial treatment with the intro. Lovely descriptive lyrics. When super's just not enough. Keep in mind, Ultraman was not really a familiar concept at this point, so they had to compare it to Superman without risking any copyright infringement.
You've been enlisted into a top-secret agency called GUTS. You have access to the world's most advanced weapons and technology. Ultraman Tiga can't do it alone. He needs your help.
He's the one 10 stories high. Save the world. Ultraman. He's the hope for all mankind. Save the world. Ultraman. Ultraman. Larger than life. Ultraman.
My word. Yeah, they really, it was already getting pretty hammy and on the nose with, like, the previous two intros, but, like, going out as far as to say, like, Ultraman is powerful, but he can't do it alone. He needs your help. They took the intro to this show and turned it into an enlistment video for a fictional military organization. Violet called us vintage. She would be on the money with that. My word. I mean, listen, I was born in 1989. Y'all can do the math. But yeah, just making a point that this was very much the status quo with these types of series at the time. Selling them like toys, because obviously they knew that Japan had their own toys with their original iterations of these series, and thus they needed to use similar practices on top of not only, like, reformatting these series for the sensibilities of Western audiences, but also just to sell them to us in a way that would get us even more invested, which is to say, like, again, the same vernacular of batteries not included, or, you know, power morphers sold separately, that type of thing. Tiga was popular. It had to be a hit in the US. You would think. You would, in fact, think. But yeah, personally speaking, my actual introduction to tokusatsu, if it was not Power Rangers proper, it was more than likely Godzilla vs. Megalon. Which, even for those of you who know next to nothing about Godzilla, you've probably seen some goofy footage on Mystery Science Theater 3000 with Godzilla rearing up onto its tail and drop-kicking a bug being held in place by a robot. That's the movie. And that permanently altered the brain chemistry of young Babby Logician, such as it was. The MSD3K tail scene. Yes, absolutely, Alex. But yes, I have stalled for long enough. I might as well seal my fate, as well as those of everyone else who watches this VOD eventually. The curse must be carried on.
Oh, hon, you're a great cook, but eggplant for breakfast?
Scrambled eggplant. You really have to start sticking to your diet.
Yeah, you're right, dear. I'm sorry.
Oh yes, I forgot. They really decided to take the larger character of the father and make him the butt of literally every joke they could think of. Because 90s. Ah, my word.
Sorry.
Dex, honey, I packed your lunch. I'm gonna go stick it in your bag.
Thank you, Mom.
Dex, you want to try something new? Trade you?
Silly squirrel. Frosty Puffs are for kids.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, they did not give a single flying fuck. You see what I mean about reformatting for the sensibilities of Western audiences? Using the S-tier jokes here, abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, that's just it. If you're gonna introduce an entire continent to the concept of tokusatsu, you might as well wrap it up in as much sugar-coated commercialist lingo as possible. Make it easy for us to digest. Easy for us to digest. Okay, yeah, no, I deserve that. Anyway.
You let him watch TV again all night, didn't you?
Sorry, Dad.
That was, in fact, a delivery. Let's go back to that again. And in fact, specifically, a little trick that my friend Lorelai has taught me.
Frosty Puffs are for kids.
You let him watch TV again all night, didn't you?
What did Mom put in the eggplant? Do we want to know what's in the eggplant? Because I'm going to be honest, that sounds like some good fucking eggplant. Ah, my word. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Sorry, Dad.
Worth Keter? This is worth a lot, but it's not worth any Keter. On the black market, specifically.
Molly, can we go to school now?
I'll be ready in a minute, Dex.
What is wrong with you? You want to go to school?
Of course.
What's your rush? You already know 100 times more than they'll teach you in school.
Albie, I'm eager to meet more Earthlings my own age. If I am to effectively maintain my secret and blend into society, I must become a member of society.
Wouldn't hurt you to learn some of our customs firsthand, as opposed to off the television.
Whoa, that's cool. Dex.
Yes, that's cool. I love it when I suffer electrical burns. Dude, it's giving for... Ah, yes, people continue to be surprised and appalled by the fifth dimensional entity that is Ferbus. Hence the name of tonight's stream, by the way. Yet again, one of many cutesy mascots that became very distinctive of tokusatsu, especially Americanized tokusatsu. Once again, if all else fails, we can capture the kids' attention with a cutesy robot or space animal. And plenty of explosions as seen here. The pyrotechnics credit where credit is due. If nothing else, they invested a fair amount of money in the pyrotechnics department. Now, if only they invested any of that into paying the writers, then imagine the gem we would have been left with.
Are you alright?
That's Gomi Gomi, me Gomi Gomi.
Jesus fucking Christ, I just realized he sounds like Jar Jar Binks. Holy shit. I mean, at least he sounded more cutesy in the last episode. Also, I think I know what was in the eggplant now. Apparently, some mysterious gummies. I'll let you make your own jokes there. Keep getting jump scared. Ah, yes, the ongoing joke of Dad being allergic to animal hair and them simply deciding, rather than communicating with him about the necessity of having this creature here under their roof because it shares a kinship with the titular character, no, let's just make him, again, the butt of literally every joke, including fat jokes. For no reason!
Excuse me. Dex, you're on your first day of your new adventure. Well, I'd just like to give you a few choice words of advice.
Don't worry, Dad. He'll be fine. We've got to go. We'll be late.
Okay. See you tonight. Go on.
Well, fuck anything I had to say on the matter. It's not like I stayed up all night in the garage coming up with some sage words passed down from my side of the family for generations upon generations. No, fuck me, right? It's not like I've actually earned us a living wage with all of the actual inventions I've come up with over the years. The patents alone will keep our family going, thriving, in fact, for hundreds of years. No, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, just teach him about Prada or Gucci or whatever it is you fucking kids. I'm going back in the garage. My wrench accepts me for who I am.
Very clever.
What a fool! What a fool! He thinks he'll hide in the Earthling school.
You'll not get away from me, boy. You can run, but you can't hide.
I mean, you know you're in trouble when Goldust himself is after you.
Molly, I would really appreciate your assistance in making sure that I can conform to the expectations of my peers.
Yeah, no, someone pointed it out last stream, and I can't unsee it. This is literally just the high school from Power Rangers. This is the kind of thing Papyrus watch. Oh, God. No, you're not even wrong. I hate how accurate that is. Even down to the fact that there are monsters in it. Ah, my word. Where's Justin when I need them?
Stick with me, follow my lead. You'll do fine.
And who do we have here?
Mr. Chalmers, I'd like you to meet my new brother, Dex.
Dex. Henry Chalmers, school counselor. Welcome to Leawood High.
Thank you, Mr. Chalmers.
Say, that's some full bag you have there.
Are those the gummies I keep hearing about on the streets? You know, I'm not one to judge. I mean, given my technicolor bow tie, you can probably imagine some of the substances I dip into, but just remember, everything in moderation, son.
Your mother's a caterer, isn't she? I bet that's a 10-course lunch. No running, excuse me. Make an appointment to stop in. We'll have a little chat and get to know each other.
You know, I feel like the position of school counselor wasn't really fully understood at the time. They seem to have mixed up his responsibilities with that of a hall monitor here. But then again, given the budgetary limitations of California schools, both now and way back when, it doesn't surprise me that he'd be pulling double duty.
I'll be sure to do that, sir.
Come back here.
Hello, Molly. Looking a little peaked. You really should get out in the sun more.
You know, I was about to make a comment about you getting out in the sun a bit too much, but I think you beat me to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Often. Well, I can see you haven't been hiding indoors. Oh, this? Daddy flew us to the Bahamas for the weekend. Hi, Dex. Do you like my tan?
I call it Ode de Cheeto Puff.
Oh, yes. Very much. Molly, perhaps Father will fly us to the Bahamas, too, to buy some of that.
Some of what?
Some instant tan, like you have in your purse. Instant tan, the tan in a bottle.
Come on, Dex. You don't want to be late for class.
Once again, subtle introductions to commercialist language at its finest there. Instant tan, the tan in a bottle. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come.
How did he know?
While the boy is in the Earthling school, he is vulnerable to attack.
Yes, fact, thank you. Your command of the obvious has much to commend it.
Thank you.
Now, who would like the honor of bringing me the boy?
And after them, who would like the honor of taking my plastic cape to the dry cleaners?
Allow me to send the Lavatron, sire. He will impersonate one of Dex's teachers, lulling the boy into a false sense of security.
Go on.
When Dex least expects it, the Lavatron will strike. Then you will get your hands on Dex, and the power of Masked Rider will be yours.
Nefaria, you may proceed.
Nefaria. Again, very subtle writing here. Not gonna lie, that jump scared me. Ferbus, the Furby in a bottle.
That's lovely.
Ferbus, what are you doing here?
Dex, money, yummy.
Not now. Stay in here.
Young man, if you do not practice your parallel parking skills, I'm afraid you'll never pass your driver's test.
I know.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around what kind of character this is here. Why is there a loan shark in middle school? It's like, you're good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second fiddle. At parallel parking, specifically.
No.
I'll practice.
I'm not sure which of them was enjoying that more.
I'll practice.
Give this a good listen. Something for everyone, I suppose. Though it seems a bit premature for him to come out of the closet about it. You feel like you're going through whiplash? Welcome to Masked Rider, Violet. It's awful here. Oh my god. One moment. I need to paint you a picture of what is going through my mind. Spot the difference. Corporate wants us to find the difference between these pictures. I can't. For the life of me. Ah, my fucking word.
The farmer's biggest pest is the boll weevil. Some farmers use spray to control these bugs. but many others use the weevil's insect cousin, the garden spider, to keep these pests in check. Now, Dex, would you mind coming up here and elaborating on the point I was just making?
Of course.
You mean how we're talking about agricultural science in English class, sir? I mean, once again, I know budgetary restraints are an ongoing issue, but,
Here you are, Dex.
Thank you. Boll weevils are actually members of the beetle family, order Coleoptera, but with mouths modified into a downward curving snout. Boll weevils enjoy an active social life. When a male weevil approaches a female weevil to ask her out on a date, the exchange usually goes something like this.
I wish I had answers. I honestly, legitimately wish I had answers. There's no rationalizing Masked Rider. No words. Only feelings. All of them hate.
Dex! I have to apologize for Dex. He's been watching too much Zoology Channel.
Listen, don't be dissing the amazing animals, alright?
Oh, class, don't forget your journals for tomorrow's trip.
I love just... Clearly the direction here was act confused.
Tomorrow's trip.
He can clearly see here that there is no longer anything of substance in the bag. It takes a single moment to analyze the situation, or rather pretend, pantomime even. Swipe at nothing. Clearly I left him in my behind my contacts lens case there. Also, tag yourself, I'm Nefaria.
Arbitron is in place, posing as Dex's driving instructor. This better work.
I'll send some maggots to prepare the way.
You know, again, there are so many means through which you can convey, we're sending down the villain or the monster of the episode. With Rita Repulsa, it was very much like, it was fairly simple, I'd like to think. You know, like shooting out a little toy that grows, or throwing a spear down to make the toy giant. You know, with Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, it's a flashing light going through digital tunnels and, like, apparating in a computer circuit. Here we simply have split pea soup slipping out of the throat hole of this giant skeletal ship. You can feel your consciousness drift further away with every scene. Yeah, how do you think I feel, Violet? Imagine the weight of my sins here, knowing that I instigated this. I am damning each and every one of you to the same fate.
Ferbus. Ferbus.
You can feel the concern. So I think we've established that these are the proverbial putties of this series. And same as last time, like, this is a potentially horrifying scene to witness. These, like, extraterrestrial grubs popping out of the literal woodwork here of this tree, and then becoming rapidly anthropomorphized in a matter of seconds. With the right music, this could be potentially scary. But they just have one random guy with a sousaphone in the background. The only other suits they could get from Toei, and it's these.
Who let you out from under your rock?
I love Extreme Leapfrog. The only thing missing from this is some random guy throwing balls of paper and going, "Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!" Gonna head to bed? Well, good luck to you, Violet. I hope you have much sweeter dreams than I am currently.
Ferbus, they've gone. You can come out now.
You know things are getting tense because they've entered the handheld cam segment of the episode. The sounds I make when I get under a heated blanket on cold. Oh, I mean, you know what? That is, in fact, a veritable mood.
Excuse me, you are Dex Stewart, are you not?
Yes, sir.
I am your driving instructor. Come with me.
Sorry, Mr. Lee. Dex's class schedule says he has study hall now.
So, I didn't bring this up earlier, but I do have to inquire. What kind of bougie middle school / high school must you be going to when one of your dedicated courses in the curriculum is driving school? Like, I don't remember off the top of my head where this series is supposed to be taking place, but I can guarantee you it's somewhere in Orange County.
Phase 1 completed. Soon, Mask Rider shall be yours.
Ferbus, come here.
This feels like a meme format. When the juice box hits. And you start hearing the Masked Rider again. Probably also a gym teacher and some other elective course. Maybe? But I don't remember any sort of option for taking driving courses as part of the curriculum back in high school. Water at 3 a.m. Rip Vern Troyer. Oh, God. Yeah. Wait, this wasn't actually Vern Troyer, was it? In the actual suit here? Like, is that simply a detail that I have overlooked this entire time? Allegedly. Okay, because I'm... That would be an interesting twist to this. For the uninitiated, Vern Troyer was a short actor who, among other things, became very well known as Mini-Me from the Austin Powers movies. God, like that would be so... Well, I mean, I would say it's unlikely, but then again, Richard Horvitz is a voice in Power Rangers, so you can never tell. And I mean, one of Johnny Young Bosch's, first steps to stardom was as the, how do I put this delicately? Substitute Black Ranger from Power Rangers. After Saban realized that maybe it was a bit insensitive to have an Asian actor play the Yellow Ranger and an African American actor as the Black Ranger. So they decided to flip the script and have the Asian actor as the Black Ranger and the African American actor as the Yellow Ranger, because that solves the issue automatically. Saban was never great at crediting stunt performers and suit actors. Yeah, no, that was another glaring issue. Oh, my word.
Mr. Stewart? Good afternoon, Mr. Sarvis. Better hurry on to class.
In that moment, we were all Ferbus.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sarvis. Better hurry on.
For dry, red eyes, clear eyes is awesome. Wow.
To class.
This feels more like the meme format. Actually, no. Once again, I have to derail momentarily. I have a vision, and this vision must be known. Okay, so once again, spot the difference. Better one or better two? This is the gift of cursed knowledge I bestow upon all of you. I hope you appreciate the fact that I am immortalizing myself in all of your subconsciouses through this. And in that capacity, you will all serve as my neurological progeny.
Ferbus, Kumi Kumi Lawn.
I will do no such thing, sir. At least not before the unlimited salad and breadsticks.
Ferbus?
I'm sorry. We need to revisit the swan dive into nothingness.
Ferbus, Kumi Kumi Lawn.
Graceful as a ballerina. Can't keep this up. Yeah, I mean, if it's any consolation, we're halfway through the episode. So take some solace in that, Violet.
Ferbus, get over it.
The methodical placement of the deviled eggs.
Ferbus, get back here. Ferbus. 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 Come here, Ferbus.
It's the fact that clearly they have this actor on some sort of, like, platform where they've also placed the camera. So in order to try and replicate the effect of running, they're just having him, like, wiggle his torso back and forth in place. There's 40 episodes of this? Yes. And I believe one of them is a holiday special. To boot. 40? Yes, as in 40. I plan on getting through 2 of these tonight. At least any mercy willing.
Ferbus, get over here. Ferbus. Ferbus.
Dex, what do you think you're doing?
Ferbus was
trying to
away.
act.
Now he's loose. Now I have to use my telepathic powers to find him.
You can't.
I mean, let's be honest, Alex. Do you really want us to subject ourselves to that? We've already ripped off the Band-Aid of the first couple of episodes, which is technically just one episode extended. I mean, I'll say this. If we manage to get through all 40 episodes of the base series, then we will go back and watch the pilot. Now you have to use your forbidden powers. Dare I ask, Violet? Anyway.
Molly, Dex, shouldn't you be in class?
Dex has a slight fever, Mr. Chalmers. I'm taking him to the school nurse.
Good thinking. We wouldn't want any bugs creeping around out of control.
Sir, I have bad news about you from the future. I have terrible, terrible news from the future.
What happened to my lunch?
Hello, Zach. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to hell. I love how you can tell that this was clearly recorded later.
What happened to my lunch?
When it gets to the point where the live action footage filmed in the United States is getting dubbed over for the adaptation of a Japanese series, that's a new level of meta for Saban. You got 12 minutes? Well, let me guarantee you those 12 minutes are going to feel like an eternity in just a second, Zach. So, to my memory, this is the first we are seeing of this character. And they're setting him up as the proverbial Mr. Crocker of Masked Rider, apparently. I don't know why. Apparently, it is Ferbus's lot in life to just make every adult miserable. It'll feel like 12 milliseconds with how entertaining I am. Sir, you are giving me far too much credit. I'm simply serving as cultural anthropologist to this particular piece of better off forgotten history. Titillating dialogue.
Oh, there you are, my boy. Time for your lesson.
My boy.
Molly.
Don't worry, Dex. I'll keep looking. If your homework shows up, I'll hold it for you.
See, I'm seeing this character in a fedora, and I keep realizing I could be watching something with Kamen Rider Ghost in it. I could be watching some actual good quality Kamen Rider right now. Instead, I'm subjecting myself and all of you to this.
Please, begin.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lee.
Sharp right! Sharp right!
Excuse me. Help! I'm in bed!
So just so we're clear on what's currently transpiring, the driving instructor has emerged from the closet, stripped down to his skivvies, and his first words are,
Help! I'm in bed!
"Help, I've been bad." On tonight's episode of Figure Out the Writer's Fetish Without Them Explicitly Stating Their Fetish, alright, well, you have a good rest of your evening, Violet, or as good as you can given the circumstances.
Mr. Lee, who did this to you?
They had claws for hands, like giant insects.
Well, you...
This feels like That is an actor in place, in front of the camera. Why was the direction to speak like an early 50s dub of a Japanese movie? I just realized he sounds like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron.
And claws for hands, like giant insects.
Well,
I could have stopped them if I had my Ultra Lord action figure.
You'd better sit down. They must have pumped you harder than you thought.
Mr. Lee is here. Who was Dex driving around with? What?
But more importantly, who's driving the bus?
Down, coming through.
Mr. Lee, why are we driving so far from school?
Not to worry. Why don't you pull over and show me how you parallel park?
Well, I'd be happy to, sir, but if you could actually enunciate your instructions a little bit, I find that would be, well, frankly, it would make me a lot less nervous, knowing that I'm not driving with a sleeper agent. That's the most excitement and emotion we've seen from this actor thus far. And it's him getting whiplash. You think he sounds like SpongeBob? I have concerns about the Australian version of SpongeBob, Zach. I'm just putting that out there.
Yes. Why don't you get out and go around so we can switch?
Like, this isn't just me, right? Like, there's something about this episode in particular. Everyone involved seems to be having way more fun than they reasonably should with the action on screen.
Yes. Why don't you get out and go around so we can switch?
Like, it's not just me, right? State the fetish without stating the fetish.
I want to show you a few pointers.
Sure, Mr. Lee. Whatever you say.
Word.
Say, Dex, there seems to be a dead bug on the windshield. Would you mind getting it off?
Dead bug? How awful.
You know, I know they're trying to play the angle of him being gullible because he isn't from Earth. They're implying that he's at least been here for a week or so. When someone mentions there's something on the windshield, like a bug, for example, it's already an iffy suggestion to reach over and get it off, because that's specifically what the windshield wipers are for. But yes, that is in fact what I was leading into, Silver. Why would you put your entire body's weight onto the car itself in order to get at said bug? You're expecting erotic music? You know, Zach, I'll do you one better. I'll play you something I specifically downloaded for this show.
Whoa, Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee, what are you doing? Mr. Lee, please slow down. Stop! Please stop! Watch it, watch it! Mr. Lee, what are you doing? Please stop! Ugh. Look out! Someone can get hurt!
Sorry!
Mr. Lee, slow down, please! Whoa!
I didn't mean for that to be timed as well as it was. But here we are. The investment in the Bulk and Skull theme was absolutely worthwhile.
Mr. Lee, please slow down!
This is totally not tubular, dude!
Look out! Look out! Look out!
Yeah, I'm gonna hazard a guess that that whole scene with the drive, at least once they get to the warehouse, was making use of the Japanese actors and the Japanese footage. Hence why they probably picked out this particular jacket for Dex here. He's being entirely too calm about this. Yeah, once again, a few too many gummies in the town's water supply. Few too much eggplant in the school lunches, as it were. Again, I have to point out. The sensuous quality of his dismount moan there. Have fun. Yeah, I mean, were it so easy, Zach. Oh, my fucking word. Anyway.
You're not Mr. Lee.
Do I look like a Lee?
See, that's a trap no matter which way you slice it. We're in the 90s. Anything I say is going to sound racist.
One of Dragon's creeps.
Oh my god, the stock explosion sound. Well, I mean, at least we're getting to, those A-class pyrotechnics I mentioned earlier. The sound design maybe leaves something to be desired, but it's getting the point across. Much like Lee is attempting.
Well, kid.
You know? That escalated.
It's been a real blast!
Ecto, phase, activate. If that's the way you want it.
You think a surf ninja would become so evil, right? Eat your heart out, meet the Deedles.
Don't you know it's illegal to impersonate a driving instructor, buddy? Now I'm gonna have to teach you a little lesson.
Well, clearly that lesson isn't in voice acting. Dance moves, on the other hand, you know, take notes, gentlemen. Okay, I think I genuinely need to include a potential seizure warning for future streams with Masked Rider. Yeah, let me just make a quick adjustment here. And once the porygoning of our content comes to a close.
On your level.
There we are.
Shocking, isn't it?
Once again, I just had a horrifying realization. I think genuinely the only reason they cast an Asian actor as the driving instructor here was so that they could try and make it seem better into the original Japanese footage. That is painful, Saban. Like, fucking ouch! I mean, I'm not surprised, I'm just disappointed. I'm not sure why I understood any better, but... fucking wow.
Whoa. Sorry, Masked Rider. The jolt of electricity has only hastened my transmutation into the ultimate battle bug, Larvatron.
We'll see how ultimate you are.
Like, again, they're really pushing the bug thing, like Larvatron and everything. Like, these look nothing like bugs. Like, I'm sorry, like, the only monster from the actual Kamen Rider Black RX that looked even remotely bug-like was the first one from the first episode. And even then, that was just footage of, like, another Kamen Rider. That's why it looks like a bug. I mean, they chose a theme and they're sticking with it for better or for worse. They're just science yeah, that's exactly my point. Like, the last one we saw was like like a car centaur or something. It was like a tank centaur. Another tragic accident in the Amazon warehouse.
That's enough. You are quick, Masked Rider, but are you quick enough? Run if you wish, Masked Rider, but you will tire eventually and I will lock on.
And suddenly he has a southern accent?
Run if you wish, Masked Rider.
Run if you wish, Masked Rider. Like, again, maybe it's just me, but I feel like there's just been a sudden change in overall delivery since the transformation here. I'm genuinely curious as to what the voice direction here was in the series as a whole. You know, other than non-existent.
But you will tire eventually and I will lock on!
Masked Rider can't get away.
This has a familiar ring to it.
Nefaria has once again devised a fiendish plot, but the proof is in the pudding and Masked Rider, well, he's not yet caught.
Okay, to their credit, they actually have a rider kick here.
Was this part of your plan too, Nefaria?
I don't believe it.
You can always sell the pieces for scrap.
Body integrity compromised. Initiating restructure analysis.
Okay, I love that. I mean, it's a simple enough visual trick, but I mean, it gets the job done. They have him fall backwards. They play the footage backwards. It's robotic enough. What I love most about that, honestly, is the fact that there's no sound effect for it. They just play the footage of him falling backwards. There's no, like... We have the Megazord at home. The Megazord at home.
Cool head.
So new head? Falling gracefully on a sea of air.
Bullseye. Now we finish him. Combat.
I'm sorry, but all I can think of is... I'm sorry, I had to get that out of my system.
Chopper, rev up.
Oh god, these fucking things. Meanwhile, on the set of Reboot...
Oh no, Dex is in trouble! I'm on our way!
Let's revisit that again. Real quick. So we have like the navy blue and the weird lime green-esque. I mean, I know it's meant to be yellow, but it looks more greenish here in the render.
Oh no, Dex is in...
Whereas here, like, they actually zoom in on the actual motorcycle. And it's more like classic ballpark mustard. Once again, there's no point to me actually nitpicking. I think I'm just sort of trying to spare myself of taking this in one continuous dose.
Trouble! I'm on our way!
Like, I even have to point out the fucking soundtrack. Like, I know I have invoked many Americanized tokusatsu series tonight, and I need to stress this because this is very important. With a lot of those series, they relied a lot on like 90s metal, or at least something similar to metal, with the Power Rangers soundtrack and the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad soundtrack, and even with shows like, you know, VR Troopers or Big Bad Beetleborgs, they had more like action-packed, you know, action-y pumped music. Like, some of it was like house music, but there's at least, you know, more percussive presence in it. Here, like, they are really leaning in on that whimsical orchestral soundtrack that many of you will understandably recognize from Digimon Adventure, which again was also owned by Saban, if memory serves. So I'm seeing, like, think of the Megazord. The Megazord assembling. You have this rockin', you know, power metal medley coming through, showing all the giant dinosaur-shaped robots assembling together. Here, we're trying to invoke that same feeling, but this is playing in the background.
I'm on our way!
Termination time.
This feels more like something out of Honey, I Shrunk the Fucking Kids. They legitimately had no idea what to do with Masked Rider.
I'm coming, buddy!
Once again, you wouldn't be the first in this episode.
I knew I could count on you, Chopper.
Of course!
Electro, Saber, activate!
Boku wa Doctor, Tommy Chopper.
All right, Larvatron, I'm putting you out to pasture.
Even this shot here, with the massive explosions and the guy in full futuristic armor riding a motorcycle with a laser sword. Like, this would be perfect for, like, just anything. Anything other than this, musically.
That'll teach him to mess with Masked Rider.
Meanwhile, back in Detroit.
I'm surrounded by fools!
Fools indeed we may all be, but the plan was nefarious, it seems to me.
You little creep!
Masked Rider may have won the day, but the war will be mine!
You know, let's just gloss over the fact that a member of the teaching staff here was abducted and stripped near naked. I'm sure no police presence is necessary.
You are a bad Ferbus. From now on, you stay at home. Understand?
Kiki.
Bad Ferbus. Bad.
Kiki.
Hi, kids. Come on, Dex. Mom and Dad are here.
So, kids, how'd it go today?
Any problems?
No.
Dad, would it be all right if I drove home?
Well,
Dex takes his driver's ed test today.
So, multiple things, all the things. First and foremost, they know he's a superhero. They know he's an alien. You can tell them if other aliens came to school, it would probably be safer for everyone if the actual adults who knew about what's going on were in on what's going on consistently. Secondly, why place your entire family in danger by putting this motherfucker behind the wheel, knowing full well that, I mean, to be fair, in his defense, he can drive the other car, and he can drive the motorcycle. He did all right with the parallel parking. I don't see the reason for the deception here, narratively speaking. I think literally all it is grown-ups just don't understand. We'll tell a little white lie and laugh about it to ourselves at their expense. Because I guess that's what Saban thought all kids wanted to see in all shows. What a healthy message for kids.
in that case, how can I say no?
Yes.
Easily.
See, I knew it was a good idea sending Dex to school today.
Oh, my Lord. Okay. So that's one episode down. Now I have to remember, I seem to recall from the last time we watched this that they had some weird sort of like what shenanigans will they get up to next time? I'm curious if this is just going to be an ongoing thing for the credits.
Will Dex get pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt? Will Ferbus give up stowing away and stay home where he belongs?
Will the narrator stop ripping off America's Funniest Home Videos?
Will Molly's vocal talents win her a spot on the cheerleading squad? Will Mr. Lee's encounter with maggots give him nightmares?
Cool! Poking fun at serious trauma. Sure, not at all damaging for how people would interpret mental health issues years down the line. Thanks, Masked Rider.
All this and more on the next exciting adventure of Masked Rider.
Seal of quality.
Today on Masked Rider, the Stewart family prepares for attack.
This alarm will sound if any space aliens try to break into the house.
So, Dex has created an alarm system.
Then Count Dragon sends Nefaria to recruit a couple of burglars.
Oh my fucking god. You know what else is hip with the kids? Home Alone. Let's sprinkle in some Home Alone with our Diet Power Rangers. Fourth episode out of 40. Fourth episode out of 40. I have only myself to blame. Though for the record, I claim no legal responsibility for what this will do to my audience.
You are now working for Count Dragon. You are going to steal Ferbus.
What's a Ferbus?
Now, Ferbus.
Even down to... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They actually said we have Joe Pesci at home. Oh my fucking god. Give me strength, friends, Romans, countrymen. Lend me thy nerve.
This is in danger of being kidnapped. Can our hero protect his friend? Find out on Masked Rider next.
You know, actually, it kind of makes thematic sense, given how many people were way too into the eggplant. I suppose it only stands to reason that we'd eventually have an encounter with the wet bandits. Alright, no, let's not say we didn't. Stakes have never been higher.
So, this alarm will sound if any space aliens...
Pet nappers. God. My fucking word.
...try to break into the house.
Well, how'd you guys do it?
Well, with my knowledge of quantum physics and Dad's knowledge of garage door openers, it was easy.
All right.
Are we glossing over the fact that the dad character here was fully within his power to make an alien detector in the first episode? Like, he didn't need any help with that. Like, that was just a thing he did. Like, they are gaslighting the fuck out of this man and how competent he genuinely is at every goddamn turn. And I legitimately think it is solely because he is fat. Fucking amazing.
Why did he just hit me? Did I do something wrong?
We do that to celebrate when we've accomplished something. See?
Oh, fascinating. Like this?
Well,
Case in point.
I better get back to work. I've got a cake to finish.
And we have homework to do.
Aw, man, I can't believe you get so excited over homework.
To be fair, I think it's the most exciting aspect of this show, kid. I would much rather pay attention to my algebra than try and figure out the workings of the writers here. The inner workings, rather.
Do you always read at that speed?
Oh, no. I'm going this slow so I can make some notes.
Shoo! Is there a cat in here?
No.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Don't sneeze on my cake.
It's almost as if there was an animal in the room.
It's almost as if there were an animal in the room. That couldn't possibly be. All we have is an alien.
Honey, can you really retile this kitchen in an hour?
No problem with this new quick grip cement gun I've invented. Now I have my equipment standing by, so as soon as you're done, the alarm.
Like, again, that's actually a potentially very useful piece of equipment there. Quick drying cement in a portable container like that could actually be incredibly fucking useful in several fields. And they're constantly playing him for a fucking bumbling fool. Like, I get it. The archetype has been there since fucking Stu Pickles and the like, the eccentric inventor cooped up in the garage. But they are overlooking the fact that he has been correct about so many things already. And it is legitimately pissing me off.
What set it off?
Well, we still have a few bugs in the system yet.
There are bugs in there?
No, that's a figure of speech. I'll make some adjustments.
I'll make some adjustments.
Oh, okay.
It's his fucking invention! Every single fucking turn. They don't care. I deep breaths, deep breaths. If I stay angry, we'll never get through this.
Let's go.
Ferbus.
Again, it would be the easiest thing in the world to say, hi, I have a friend. He needs to crash here for the time being while I'm here. Rather than just riddle this man with anxiety and self-doubt about his competency as an inventor and engineer. No, fuck that. Let's just make Dad perpetually feel like Boo-Boo the Fool.
Ferbus.
Money cha-cha, money cha-cha.
Ferbus, I can't play right now. I'm busy. And don't mess with this alarm.
Oh, mano.
Well, somebody did. Now go back into hiding before Hal finds you. Unless you want to get sent back to Eden.
Also, is it Hal or Dad? Make up your mind as to what you're calling him. Again, overlook the little inconsistencies. You'll be better for it. We'll all be better for it. You know? A little early for a crossover with Ninja Turtles The Next Mutation, don't you think? Gotta say, I don't remember this particular model for the hockey mask.
Okay, gang, time for bed. Everybody's got a big day tomorrow.
Come on, you guys. Good night, everybody.
Night.
In the morning.
I'm still very upset with you for setting off the alien alarm.
Is there a cat in the house?
Then what?
This poor fucking man.
Let's set it off. Now, I've set it so it's not sensitive to you anymore, but don't play with it.
Kitey.
Good night.
I like some Kaimi too. I don't think this is the time or place.
That's enough. Leave us. So, Dex has created an alarm system. I must take that into account in my new plan to capture Dex and seize his powers.
Why not simply use the Spider Base's weaponry to blow the Stewart's house to atoms?
Interesting approach. But of course, then, Dex will go into hiding and we will have to find him again.
Perhaps one day, Dex will forget to turn the alarm on.
Probability extremely low. Estimate this would occur once every 600 years.
Great, we'll wait.
I can't wait forever. Gork, you are such a pest.
Not pest, but pet. It'll be the best plan yet.
What are you saying?
If you want to make Dex nervous, make a prisoner out of Ferbus.
Again, I know it's not him, but he sounds dead-ass exactly like the voice actor who played Jockin from Inuyasha. Oh, my word. I mean, it's a voice archetype, you know. The annoying, like, pesty minion! It's easy enough to do. It's just, that's like the one frame of reference I have for that particular voice. Also, I am sorry you're not able to redeem anything at this time, Silver. That, unfortunately, just sounds like a limitation of your own shoddy second-hand alien technology to me.
As silly as this jumping jackhammer usually is, this time he has a good idea.
But sire, how will we get past the alarm to kidnap Ferbus?
We won't have to.
Here they come.
Why we always gotta rob places we're in the dark, so nobody will see us, jerk. Who's gonna be around this time of night? Who?
These are the faces of evil. You must conquer each.
You will stop burglarizing this warehouse.
What, are you the police?
No.
No? Then how are you gonna stop us?
You are now working for Count Draga. You are going to steal Ferbus.
What's a Ferbus?
It's a Monotomonax from Edenoi.
What?
Never mind, simple earthlings. You will capture him and bring him to me.
What do we get?
You will get to keep your earlobes.
I hear you.
I mean, what do you even say to that? The less said, the better. And the sooner we can put this behind us.
But we couldn't do this job for less than $500. We live only to serve Dragon.
You know, there's a number of jokes I would like to make, but I still think it's too soon after the election to make them. I think we're still all sore and recovering.
Good day, everyone. I'm off to help a sick air conditioning system. Oh, good luck with that science report, Dex.
Thanks.
He doesn't need luck. He's got charts and graphs for days.
I see we're still obsessing over the social cues of weevils. Everyone's got to have hobbies, my guy.
Somehow I feel like I forgot something. I keep thinking I forgot something.
Hi, Molly. Hi, Dex. Ready for the Science in Our Lives report?
I believe so. And you?
Sure. I did mine on shampoo and how it enhances the natural beauty in my hair.
Honey, I hate to break it to you, you've been shampooing with scotch. Which honestly would explain a lot. Meanwhile, your friend over there seems to have been using the Grimace birthday shake for his.
Oh, stearomyopropyl, biomethylmalactate. That gives you the fullness and body that says healthy hair and scalp.
Wow, you sure do know a lot about shampoo. Do you think you could help me with my report?
Well, I could diagram the key chemical components for you.
Dex, I don't think this is such a good idea. Dex.
Is that satisfactory?
Sure. I could have done it myself, but I forgot my markers at home. Oops.
You know, I hate that my mind is making this connection, but this reminds me of that one plot twist in the movie Evolution, where the two failing college students apparently what was it? Oh yes, I remember they apparently realized that they can get a lot of selenium, which is apparently the weakness of the invading alien race or species, as it were, from a fuck ton of Head and Shoulders shampoo. And that's how they earn their A's in the course. I was already frustrated with Master Rider here, but now it has made me remember the movie Evolution. Turns out peace was never an option.
Time for class.
Wait, did I feed Ferbus this morning?
X. Mommy, yummy. Go.
Once again, I'm sure this is doing it for someone. Whoever that is, tonight's your lucky night, apparently. Hello, hermano. Close. This is Ferbus. This is what happens when you feed your Furby after midnight. You know, I remember a lot of people complaining about the blue milk scene from that one Star Wars movie. Just remember, you could have had this. You got off lucky. Scarier than the Gremlins? Oh, by and large, hermano.
don't worry, Dex. Your report can't go wrong.
It's not that. I forgot to feed Ferbus this morning.
He'll be okay. Won't he?
Are they actually going the Gremlins route?
My report's on shampoo.
You know, normally when you have a George Lucas-esque wipe to another scene, the scene lasts longer than 5 seconds. Let's count this together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not even 5 seconds. Stunning. Exceptional. 10 out of 10. I think we have a candidate for the Golden Raspberry of 1990 fuck. I can't be bothered to remember.
It's on shampoo. That's why my hair's so beautiful. And it has chemicals and stuff. See? Here's a drawing of the chemicals. Cool, huh?
Patsy.
First of all, that's a single chemical. Second of all, please keep your hair up when we're commencing with our lab. We've had too many instances of, how do I put this delicately? Flaming scalp syndrome in class.
Could you explain that drawing to us?
Well, the line thing here is connected to the stop sign here, and...
Thank you. Dex, your report?
I will say that the one adult that I appreciate that they're not treating like crap is the science teacher here, who seems to be fairly wise to the fact that Dex is a capable young man. To their credit. I'm still not really keen on the fact they keep making the dad character like the target of literally every domestic instance of unfortunate luck. But I suppose I'll just have to get used to that.
My report is called How We Evolved Directly from Insects.
So which one of you motherfuckers taught Dex about Scientology?
Haven't you ever done this before? Of course I have. Don't it look like I've done this before? Oh, what are you looking at? What are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Who do you think I'm talking to? You see somebody else standing here?
No, but I thought you were. I'm the lockpicker here.
I love that there's such a clear distinction between the puppet and the full bodysuit. Like, as dead as the puppet looks, there's at least some modicum of, like, some animate action at play, you know, the moving eyes and, like, the shift in expression.
Who do you think I'm talking to? You see somebody else standing here?
No, but I...
And then, boom! Spirit Halloween. Once again, my mind will not let me move on without pointing out the similarities. I mean, if you know, you know. I refuse to elaborate. You're welcome.
I'll pick you here. Okay? Okay. So far, so good. Shh. We must serve Count Dragon.
just unabashedly wanted to be every 90s movie. All of it. I have nothing to say other than to say I am fucking gobsmacked. I mean, like, there wasn't exactly a lot of subtlety to the other shows like this at the time. But fuck me running, man. Like, this is... I have more respect for Falero for knowing when it was time to call it quits. I evidently have no such fine-tuned instincts for self-preservation. He knew when to call it quits, and I respect him for that. I, however, am now resigned to following through. If I go down, I'm taking you all with me.
Good job, Dad.
Well, very interesting theory, Dex. I assume next time you'll research your project more carefully.
Didn't humans on Earth evolve directly from insects?
Not exactly.
To make this fair,
Well, at least it's over.
today to get ready for some of you.
I'm getting an insectopathic feeling that something's wrong with Ferbus.
Dex, when class is over, I need to see you in my office.
You know, usually counselors wait for instances where students are free between classes. Like, I genuinely don't think they understand what school counselors are. And I'm starting to think that they don't understand what writing is. What story structure is. You know what this reminds me of? Holy shit, I even just realized. Oh, God. So, I'm going to go on a brief tangent here, so I do hope you will forgive me. So there is a there is a comedy duo in Japan called Downtown, comprised of two comedians, Hitoshi Matsumoto and Masatoshi Hamada. Matsumoto has branched out into several instances of attempting to make movies. A self-appointed directorial role in many independent projects. And honestly, I think... God, I need to make this a stream at some point. At one point, he endeavored to conduct a significant amount of research into what it is that American audiences like with the writing in movies. And based on his research, he eventually released a movie called Daisuke, which is essentially about a ninja who enters the house of an American preteen and just the shenanigans that transpire. It's a very short movie, like I think 10 to 15 minutes long. But he implements as much of what he has come to understand about the American sense of humor as he can in that movie. It's a fucking dumpster fire, as you can imagine. Let me see if I can find a poster. He was also... Oh, God, that's right. He was also the lead character and director of another movie called Big Man Japan, where he transforms into a giant to fight monsters. But yeah, no, I'm just reminded... I bring all of this up. I know it sounds completely irrelevant. I bring this up because the writing from this show reminds me eerily of the sense of humor that Matsumoto believed Americans like with their movies. Let me even see if I can quickly find a clip of it. To sort of demonstrate my point, as it were. And let's be real, I think this is also my own self-preservation instincts kicking the fuck in to protect me from this goddamn show. Sorry, no, it wasn't Daisuke, it was Sasuke. That's where the confusion was. Because I remember, like, an ongoing thing with that short, because it was like, he was the only Japanese actor in that short. And, like, every fucking character in the show, among the American cast, for that, pronounced it Sasuke. I need to show at least a clip of this before we go any further, so you can understand why I am drawing comparisons between the writing at play here in Masked Rider and the writing in this fucking... You know, I'll let it speak for itself. I'll let it speak for itself. Keep in mind, for as weird as this is going to be, this was written by a Japanese man. As in, born and raised in Japan. Sorry, I know we're going way the fuck off track all of a sudden, but,
All right, now we're gonna be leaving for Grandmother's house, so you be a good boy, okay?
Okay, Mom.
Oh, and if anything happens, you listen to the babysitter.
I know, Mom.
All right, and 1 hour on the computer, too. Got it. All right,
the beauty
there's
of the
a memo
jump
by
cut.
the phone, okay? So give it to the babysitter, and don't forget to feed Beth.
You're gonna be okay, right? You're 8 years old now.
8 years old. Again, this feels like there were various pieces cut out. Maybe it was simply for copyright issues, but we'll still get the point across.
Yeah! I like it, yeah!
Honey, watch out.
Crazy driver? God.
I think you can tell where this is going. Just love the fruit bowl of ice pops. Like, the fact that this is what he thought Americans, like, to be fair, I could see some kid making this simply out of self-indulgence. Didn't even pause the game.
Are you Mr. Ferbus?
Yes?
My name is Sasuke. I came from the ninja service.
Okay, first and foremost, I didn't mean to click that fucking part of the soundboard. But honestly, I think this is reflecting how a lot of us are feeling watching this. Secondly, this is Hitoshi Matsumoto. He is the writer and director of this short. If you're going to make any grievances, point it towards this man.
I will,
I will risk my life to protect the children of this world, to ensure safety and give them visions of hope.
Okay.
My mom told me to give you this.
you know?
What's that? What is this?
This is Ninja Soul.
What's that?
Ninja, nothing impossible. Ninja, never wait. Wait. Die.
Here's Mom's memo.
The best audio mixing. Again, to drive home the point that this is an American family, we need the golden retriever. And once again, because there's a person who happens to be fat,
Don't scare me like that!
I'm sorry.
Because of you, I lost the game.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe it. A loser! Nenny, nincompoop!
well, he could have called you a lot worse. This is a gated community.
Hey, what are you doing? No, don't. You don't have to do that.
Hungry. I must die.
No, I'm not angry. Stop it. Yeah, really, I'm not mad.
You know, I went into this comparison thinking this would be on par with the shitty writing of Masked Rider. I am angry both with myself and Saban with the fact that this actually makes more sense. The writing in this short film by a Japanese comedian who has only fringe experience with the American sense of humor and American sensibilities with media in general, made something that still is more cohesive than a show written by Americans using only minor aesthetic similarities to a Japanese show. I am upset. The tranquil rage is simmering. And all that is left for me to do is keep the burners going until it boils over. The mop is already in place. All that's left is to give it a job to do.
Those who want to go tomorrow and take advantage of the extra time, well...
The burglars are in position. On your command, they will take Ferbus.
You'll see Gork is no jerk. My plan will surely work.
Silence. Gork, go to Earth and help Nefaria.
Sorry, I don't really need...
Take him and take the insectivore mandible.
Whatever you wish, sire.
Wow, Insectivore Mandible. I wonder how Insectoid he'll look.
You may need extra muscle.
For all we know, it could look like a fucking dump truck. See, I told you!
Where do you think a space pet would hide? Up the chimney. Chimney, yeah. Glad I thought of it.
Fucking... Again! Okay, so we have Home Alone. We have E.T. The music sounds like they're trying to be so many fucking things, from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids to fucking Star Wars. And again, obviously, a lot of this music was used in the Saban Digimon dub. What other fucking 90s references can we just sort of shove in awkwardly? It's like, I was trying to think of an analogy. This is like, if the base soda syrup of a soft drink is what we would consider the source material, they're using the LaCroix flavor for all these references.
Boy, I can't see up the flue! What is he, a bird?
You know, I stand corrected. This is the face of evil. Enjoy this in your nightmares tonight, folks.
Numbskull! Why did you pull the flue? I didn't. I don't even know what one is. Let's check the
Just going full Home Alone. Like, they don't give a fuck. Oh, God. Not only did this little abomination concuss them, fucking... Oh, what? I don't know why I decided to do that. Okay, there we go. Once again, not a VTuber stream without scuff. But, yeah, on top of dropping pots and pans on them, threw gang signs and fucking floored it.
There he is! Get him!
Can we watch Home Alone, Mommy? We have Home Alone at home. Mommy, why does our Home Alone have blackface?
There he is! What's he got now? All right, I'll get him.
You know?
Get him! Can't believe.
I think they would have been better off in the lair of a fucking Gorgon. Fucking Christ.
Going somewhere. Resistance is useless, Ferbus. Dex will come to rescue you, and he will fall into Dragon's hands.
Okay.
A scarab beetle. An emperor termite.
Can't you see anything other than insects?
That one looks like the Andromeda Galaxy. From the other side, of course.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, but
You know, I mentioned that the writers here don't understand school counselors, and they absolutely don't. I don't think they understand psychology in general. Granted, as someone with a master's in behavioral neuroscience, I am somewhat biased. But, he thinks this is one of the core reasons why kids did not trust doctors, especially psychologists, growing up. Writing like this. Like, hell, the fucking... the Rorschach test with Wacko. Sorry, Yakko from Animaniacs was still at least more sensitive to the school of psychology than this.
I can if you want me to. I wish to cooperate, but I have something to take care of at home.
Well, we will continue this later.
Not without parents' permission, you
Something's
won't.
not right about that boy. And I'm going to find out why.
Okay, but why though? What is your incentive?
Quiet! This noise cannot save you, and it's giving me a headache!
Mandible, make yourself less conspicuous. This is an ambush.
As you wish, Napoleon!
You know?
Fitting disguise, man.
Perfect. He'll never expect things. He'll never expect the smoking Biolante cactus in the cave. Master of disguise.
I'll plant this at the entrance. Once Dex is inside, we'll seal him in, and he will be our prisoner.
We'll seize his power within the hour.
Ferbus.
Wow! I made some messes in my day, but you guys are professionals.
Not saying it. Not saying it.
We serve only dragon.
I should have known.
What's this?
The budget.
Greetings, Masked Rider. We have your squealing lintward of a pet. The only way to save him is to come to the old mine, south of town.
I'll come with you, Dex.
No, Albie.
We don't have the budget.
Are you just gonna go alone?
I guarantee I'll be more than what they bargained for.
Sorry, I just had to make sure.
I'll be more than what they bargained for. Exo phase activate. Magnum, rev up.
Coming right at you, boss. What's up?
No time to lose, Magno. Nefari is holding Ferbus hostage in a cave across town. Let's roll.
Thought you'd never ask.
Faith Valentine, everyone.
Activate laser tracking scanner, Magno. Isolate Ferbus's wavelength. There he is. Good. Now scan the substrata in the vicinity of the mine. They'll be watching the cave entrance.
Now, keep in mind, as we're looking at the interior shot here.
Good. Now scan the...
This came out literal decades before Iron Man. I want you to keep that in mind with this interior shot with the flashing lights over the face.
Substrata in the vicinity of the mine. They'll be watching the cave entrance. So let's make ourselves a back door.
Tunneling!
You know, a drill would have also conveyed that. A drill would have done an excellent job of conveying that you were tunneling through solid rock. But I guess a robotic squeeze arm from the dollar store strapped to the front of your car can also convey that. Something for future consideration.
You took the bait!
Release Ferbus at once!
Concerned for his health? Release him yourself!
Dex!
I'm here, Ferbus. Don't worry.
Like, he's not even trying to do the voice anymore. It's like, at first he even, Dex, Dex! Now it's like, Dex, Dex! Like, they not only had no money for the fucking audio mixing, for the writing, they couldn't hire voice actors. Instead, we got this. Like, I to their credit, at least some of the fucking villains sound like they're voice acting. Like, the ones that are actually from the Japanese source material, anyway. That are dubbed over.
Are you alright?
I sound like I'm in pain. What was your first clue, Silver? What makes you think I'm in pain? This is fine.
Let's go, Ferbus. We've got to get you out of here. Magno, you take care of Ferbus for me and get him to safety.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I'd rather he did it once. And then everything exploded for no reason.
That's my friend. This is the end.
To be fair, that is Tokusatsu in a nutshell, but...
Prince of Inouye never gives up.
Okay. I have to ask, why the sudden leap into evaporation? I swear this will be the last time. I swear this will be the last time. But I have to. I have to point it out. Those of you who remember Osamatsu-san might be seeing a familiar face here. To be fair, this one's the bigger monster. I will say, in the show's defense, that this particular pose, because of the actual original series this character in this pose came from, this pose actually found its way into a lot of references throughout Japanese pop culture over the years. At one point, even fucking Godzilla. As an example here. To anyone who ever watched Monster Zero, they put this in the Godzilla movie. Because of the popularity of this character, so it also stands to reason that pose would also find its way into a fucking Kamen Rider episode. Once again, just playing the role of cultural anthropologist here. I didn't ask for this position at Twitch.tv University, but apparently I have secured my tenure. Much to the chagrin of the student body.
Prince of Inouye never gives up. Besides, you're all out of tricks.
Are you sure about that?
So much for the participating, alrighty. Now to finish him off.
Combat chopper, rev up.
Thought you never asked. I'm rolling.
And he's just magically out of the vine tongue. Because we need to wrap up the episode.
Electro Saber, activate.
I'm never gonna get used to how... Yeah. They must have known, right? Yeah, no, they absolutely did, Silver. That's the point of this. Like, the thing is with shows like Masked Rider and Power Rangers and Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, all of the actual fight scenes are taken directly from the original Japanese footage and is dubbed over by the American cast. That's why we have gems like this, where you have all this high-octane action accompanied by, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what they paid the big bucks for over at Saban.
We'll take more than that to stop Masked Rider.
You left the battle too soon, you fool!
It wasn't only me who fled. The fire left before I did.
When I left, everything was under control.
Silence! Let Dex think he's won. I won't stop pursuing him till I capture the Masked Rider's powers.
I mean... Oh god, what, I had to stop here. With all due respect, my guy. And do what with them, then? Once you have the Masked Rider's powers, dare I ask what that will contribute on top of the armed death ship, the Legion of Monsters, and your clear G.I. Joe fetish? This motherfucker is the reason we have plane porn. I couldn't for the life of me tell you what tag this encompasses. But once again, there's something for everyone.
Dex, there was a break-in.
Yes, I know.
Well, at least it shows Dad's quick-drying cement works.
Well, who glued them to the floor anyways?
That sure was a mean hamster.
Hamster?
Boys, we'll get you cleaned up. Down at this
What's
jail.
he talking about?
We can't keep this secret any longer. Dad? Mom?
Can we finally fucking... Like, why keep it a secret in the first place?
There's someone you ought to meet. Ferbus? Hello, little friend. This is Ferbus. He's been my pet and my best friend for many years. I hope you can accept him into your home.
Well, look at him. He's so cute.
Mom's been dipping into the eggplant again. I mean, we all have our coping mechanisms. Some healthier than others. Let her have this.
He's so smart.
He sure is.
Yeah, this face really sums it up. Eggplants. Not even once.
Well, after he defended our home, how can I say no?
Yes!
Again, easily!
Ferbus, I just want to say no matter how busy I get, I'll never forget to feed you again.
Okay, so taking all bets, what satirical inquiries about the next episode are we going to get in the credits this time? I'm going to pitch one for you. Will the patent go through on the quick-drying cement gun? That's my contribution. Oh boy, let's put a fork in this and call it done.
Will the alien alarm really keep out the bad guys? Will Dragon and Nefaria blame the Commandoids for their failure? Does Ferbus have a future in undercover work? Will Ferbus ever get over his sweet tooth?
I'm pretty sure you need teeth for that first.
Will these guys ever get their clothes clean? All this and more on the next exciting adventure of Masked Rider.
Okay. The evil is defeated. The nightmare is over. But only for now. Christ on a Christmas crucifix. You know, I really should have known better than to get back into this, but, you know, I think it is, in fact, that little part of me that misses making reviews that drove me back to this abysmal abyss. Oh my word. But yes, that is in fact tonight's roster of brain rot. This session of Masked Rider is over. But again, only for now. Fucking A. I want to thank all of you for tuning in for as long as you did. It genuinely means a lot to me that as many of you have not only tuned in as consistently as you have to a lot of my streams, regardless of what it is I am doing, but also continue to follow me, subscribe, and contribute in little ways that makes it worthwhile. Because believe me, I am not reviewing and reacting to the shit out of the goodness of my non-existent art. I'm at least glad that we can find some modicum of enjoyment of this together. Such as it is. Oh, my word. But yeah, that about wraps it up for tonight. Tomorrow, I will be delving into the first handful levels of Halo 2 with my friend Silver Wings, which is going to be very interesting, given the nature of Halo 2 and how many of you who have actually played the games, I'm sure you can imagine the slight change in tone. It's going to be fun, it's going to be interesting, and I cannot wait to see and hear Silver's first impressions. But until then, thank you all very much for your contributions to the collective aneurysm. And until the next time, always remember to fucking think. Thank you so much.